Hi, this is Remy Jimenez from New Jersey City University, and I'm going to show you how to run an independent t-test in SPSS. So, one of the questions that we were studying was around the 2008 election, specifically the presidential election. And we wanted to understand if there's a difference between Romney and Obama voters in terms of voters' average income. One of the ways that we can do this is by running an independent t-test in SPSS. The reason for this is we are comparing two groups, Romney voters and Obama voters, and the variable, and the independent variable in this case that we're going to analyze, is the average income. So, first thing that we need to do is to launch SPSS. The other thing that we need to do is to bring up our data. Now, I already happen to have downloaded our state data, so I'm just going to go into SPSS and retrieve this file. Currently, I have it saved as an Excel file, so I need to change my file type. I also just recently downloaded it, so I need to find the most recent file, click on it, and click on Open. And all the data associated to that list will be imported into SPSS. So at this point, when I get my worksheet, what ranges are being included, I'm going to click OK. And then my data will be populated inside of SPSS. And again, what I want to do is to look specifically at Obama and Romney voters, which we can find in this column right here, where we have all of our Obama voters identified with the letter O, and those that were Romney voters identified with the letter R. We also have another column, in this case, the household income by state. So when we run this analysis, how do you run a t-test? Well, the first thing we need to do is to go up to the Analyze option at the top of the screen. And under Analyze, one of the options you'll have is Compare Means. Because this is an independent samples t-test that we want to run, we're going to go to Compare Means, Independent Samples t-test. Now at this point, we need to choose our test variables. And the test variable in this case is household income, or in this case, average household income. So I'm going to click on it and bring it over to the test variable field. In the grouping variable section, I want to identify specifically those who are Obama and Romney voters. So I'm going to click on the header for Obama Romney and bring it over into the grouping variable. Now, because I have question marks in the grouping variable field, I need to define groups. So I'm going to click on Define Groups. For group 1, I'm going to label it with the letter O for Obama. And in group 2, we're going to choose the letter R, capital R, for Romney. I'm going to click on Continue. At this point, I'm not going to change the options. We're going to leave it at a 95% confidence level. So I'm just going to click on OK. Now, what happens here is I get my results. And when I look at my results for the t-test, the first thing that I notice is that my household income for Obama voters, in this case, identified 26 states. For Romney, it identified 24 states. And I can see what the mean is for both Obama household income voters, or Obama voters in terms of their household income, which is greater than those of Romney. I can also see, in this case, that my standard deviation for the Obama voters is 1.57 and my Romney voters is 1.4. Now, the test that I need to look at here is in the independent samples test below. A couple things that I will note here is that we have our F value. In this case, it's part of our Levine's test. We can see that we had an F of 1.69. And the significance of it was 0.199. Now, this means that because this value is greater than 0.05, there is no statistical significance, at least when it comes to the variances. However, I'm looking for, is there any significance between the means of Obama voters and Romney voters when it comes to their household income? And the way that I'm going to identify that is in the significant test that's listed here in the significance column. A couple things to note. I do have a T of 4.3, and as well as a 4.3 for my household income. I have degrees of freedom of 48, and I have here a significance of 0.00, which is less than 0.05. Therefore, 0.05 is greater than my significance level, and therefore that means that there is statistical significance when it comes to the mean household income averages between Romney and Obama voters.